Hey Mojoholics, welcome to Inside Watch Mojo episode 16. As you can see, this is not Ash. Ash is in New York this week, so we have for you Derek. Welcome, Derek.
Thanks for having me.
We'll say hi to the nice people.
Hello, nice people. I am definitely not Ash.
That is true. So everyone who comes on the show, all the new staff, your old staff, gets kind of introduced via a lightning round. So I'm going to put you through the ringer.
I'm assuming I have no choice in the matter.
You do not. Okay. Favorite movie?
Super Troopers.
All right. Favorite band?
Good Canadian band from Newfoundland.
Newfoundland.
Hey Rosetta.
Newfies. We've interviewed them.
We have.
Yes, I've interviewed them. Favorite? I know you're a Bruce Springsteen fan, so I'll cheat. Favorite Bruce Springsteen song?
It's tough. I'd have to say Today, Atlantic City.
I don't think I know that.
You
song.
do know that.
Okay.
If you heard
Are you
it,
gonna sing it to me?
No, I'm not.
Okay. Favorite? I'm running out of things. TV show.
Recently, currently, I just finished Bloodline on Netflix, and it was amazing.
I'm on like episode 9, and I'm still not into it.
Ben Mendelsohn has completely sold me. I didn't know his stuff before, but that guy is amazing.
Okay. I mean, I'm watching it. It's watchable. And I think I am into it actually because I'm like, do you find out this? Anyway, I will digress. One more. What am I gonna do? Do you play video games?
Not since the Nintendo, so.
Yeah. Okay, so Super Mario Brothers. We're good. So you predate me at WatchMojo. So tell us how you first came to join the company.
I think it was 10 plus years ago. I met Ash. He was working on one of his projects, which was 10 Mojo back then, which was just the aggregated top 10 lists, which kind of shows you how full circle we've came now. Essentially, I helped him just do research and find top 10 lists, and then once he started WatchMojo, he asked me to come on to help create some content, and I've been here ever since.
So, as we all have, you've done a lot of different things for the company. You've worn a lot of different hats. Tell us about a few of the jobs that you have done.
Well, when I first started, we did this thing that we dubbed, I don't even know if that's what we called it online, was Century Mojo, which was kind of interesting and weird. It would be a lot cooler if we did now, but we had a short 20 to 30 second video on each year of the 20th century. So 1900, whatever the most important event of that year was, I have no idea. I cannot remember. And so we filmed all these short videos and released all 100 of them, and I was hosting it, and
which is how he's probably in more videos than I am.
It was a way of cheating.
Yeah. Well, that's crazy talk. Yes, but how about the comic book origins? I think that was something you started too.
Yeah, that was about 5 years ago, maybe even more than 5 years ago. We did the first comic book origins, which was, I'm assuming, Batman and Superman. Probably. That was around the time I think the first Batman Begins was coming out, and the comic books were starting to become, everybody was getting into it, and you kind of see how it's exploded now. So our original comic book origins were a lot different than they look now. I was on camera. It was maybe a minute and a half. So, which is interesting is how we've come full circle. Is some of those old ones of those big characters, we decided we wanted to give them the new WatchMojo feel and bring them up to kind of the 21st century a bit. And so we were doing the reduxes of a lot of those old clips that you've probably seen come out recently, just because we want to get my face further and deeper away from YouTube.
I'll link to the Century Mojo stuff. Don't worry. So what do you do now? Not that I don't know, but.
Now, essentially, I kind of help manage our big stable of video editors. And as we are publishing more and more content, we need more and more editors. And so we've got a pretty big group of them. And essentially, I help everything come and go and make sure everything is, everybody has what they need, and edit stuff here and there as well. Right. But that's mainly it nowadays.
We've touched on this, but tell us about some of the biggest changes that you've seen in the content.
Well,
on your side at least.
if you look at those original comic book origins, you can see we've come a long way. But even in our top 10 lists, we've only been doing that for the last 3-4 years.
I think the first one was in Or no, we were doing like top 7s
Yeah.
in like 2009.
So essentially top 10s make more sense, and obviously it's hit a chord with everybody out there. So even looking back a couple of years ago on our top 10 list, they just don't have that same polish that they do nowadays. But as everything evolves, and now our stuff is very tight, really fresh, and looks good. One of the most recent things is we've updated all of our titles. We were using the old ones for a couple of years, and we like them, they work great. But you know, every now and then you just want something fresh and new, and the new ones look really, really fresh. So I'm sure you've seen a few videos with them coming here and there, and more of them will have them over the next coming weeks.
Yeah, and they look even better in 720p, do they not?
They do.
They do.
They do.
And we're getting there.
Slowly, we're getting up to true HD with the amount of clips we publish, the amount of TV shows and movies per top 10 list. To get everything up to that level is a lot of work, but we are working on it to get more and more HD stuff for you.
Yeah. Hey, do you have any dirt? Do you have any dirt on the early days of WatchMojo behind the scenes? Like, what was the first office like?
The first office was essentially a tiny 2-room apartment, kind of looked like. It was a fun place, but we were only 4 or 5 people there, and
the coffee maker was like an employee.
Yeah, exactly. More important than probably me back then. So definitely now we've moved, and now we're in this awesome studio. So it's kind of cool to see over the last 10 years how much we've grown.
Cool. So before we get to the rest of the show, as always, we need your help with some suggest pages. So take a look at these. Star Wars, Return of the Jedi versus Revenge of the Sith, top 10 iconic video game characters per decade, 1980s, 1990s, 2000s, and 2010s, and top 10 comedic animes. Are you a Star Wars guy?
Not as big a fan as most of the people in the WatchMojo office, so I kind of hesitate to add any expertise to that, but I don't know.
I'm going to assume it's Jedi.
Yeah, I don't know how you go against that.
I know. It's the gold bikini one, right? Isn't that? It is, yes. So.
Seems easy, but who knows?
I know.
We may find something. I know that the third one, Revenge of the Sith, was actually the most popular one of the newer trilogy. So,
let's be honest,
not much to compete with.
No. Yeah. I'm working on top 10 albums of 1985, 1990, 2000, 2005, 2010. We're already in process with 1995, as that was 20 years ago. Anyway, sorry, I was like, am I doing this math right? Anyway, I don't actually know any albums. I'm going to assume that the Back to the Future soundtrack came out in 1985, so let's go with that. Huey Lewis, what are you working on?
The one that caught my eye recently was Famous Superhero Weaknesses, which I find always kind of pretty interesting. Yeah. We did recently Ridiculous Weaknesses in comic books, and that was pretty funny, but these are like the iconic ones, like the Kryptonite, which I don't know what will beat Kryptonite.
I'm going to say nothing. I'm going to say we're finally going to get to put Superman at number 1 over Batman, because what is Batman's weakness? I think being human. And if somebody fights this with me, it's going to be a very violent Matrix meeting.
He's only able to go out at night, maybe? He can't fight crime during the day, does he?
I don't know.
I don't know.
That's a good question. WatchMojo. Anyway, so moving on. Last week for our contest, we asked you guys to send us in a picture via Twitter or Instagram of how you watch WatchMojo. And Derek helped me pick the winner. We had to give it to the person who, with what looked like the most vintage TV, let's say. I can relate, as I have a VCR. Actually, it's a combo VCR DVD player, but whatever.
I was just impressed. I don't even know how you'd manage to hook that up.
I also don't know.
To watch our video. So, I mean, just for that, you win.
It seems to have tubes and, I don't know. So, congratulations to @A_SAC2. Congratulations, and don't forget to email us at contest@WatchMojo.com to claim your prize and send us your shipping info. So today is May 1st, if I'm not mistaken, which means the May 4th is coming up, and that's Star Wars Day. May the 4th be with you, by the way. So we want you guys to come up with your own fake holiday. Don't forget the hashtag WMQuestion and get creative, because this one is tough. Our camera guy, I will give him credit, Adrian, gave us Wayne Gretzky Day, September 9th. If you get that, because he wore number 99, you see. I'm not even going to try to come up with anything.
The amount of ridiculous holidays there already are out there makes this a pretty tough one, so I'm not even going to touch it. You guys are a hell of a lot more creative than I am.
I think there's like a strawberry rhubarb pie day. So
every day is strawberry rhubarb pie day.
Yeah, it's true. I like Pie Day though, which is March 14th, because it's 3.1. It's fine. Anyway, to finish up, we have a comment of the week, as always. Sue Nadiran's Deep Space left this one on top 10 movies the critics got wrong. How about Avatar: The Last Airbender? That movie has a 6% on Rotten Tomatoes, which is 6% too much. The critics were way too easy on that movie. Yeah, if you've ever watched our videos, we're way too easy on it too. Thanks guys, see you next week.